Hello, YouTubers and all those who gloriously watch. DanVanDam here for another video. Now, my tripod that I'm a little mini one, I can't find it at the moment because I was going to be using that to put this on there, but I found a couple interesting things in my mailbox this morning. Well, first one was a couple questions, and this was actually something that was quite random but yet funny. Now, someone was asking me if I had this item because they never seen one before, and I matter of fact had it close to me, literally right in the same area. Now, a lot of people are going to see this and laugh their heads off at this, going, "What?" But here's what I have. First item they requested if I had was the limited edition, I call them, spoon or lightsaber spoon from that promotion. I think it was from episode 2, but you know, I also have the Indiana Jones one too. But again, these fuck, that hurt. Ah, God, that hurt. God damn it. Ah. Oh, I'm gonna see red dots for weeks now. But again, that was like a weird request, and I had this like a couple of years, quite a few years back, and the damn thing still works. I'm not sure which lightsaber model this is or who used to own it, but it's red, so I'm assuming it's Darth Vader's or quote-unquote Anakin. Alright, so another request was my opinion. These are quite a few random opinions, and they asked me if I had this movie, and if I did, can I do what I felt of it. Dark City. Now, it kind of reminded me, I'm trying to think of the name of the story. It kind of reminded me of that French movie with those little orphans. Shit. I can't even remember the darn movie now. But it kind of reminds me of Hellraiser. Do these little bald dudes run around? And it, it has that really interesting, dark, gloomy feel to it. Dark City is just, a nice little film. I was kind of happy to grab it for so cheap. I think I got this at like Walmart for like $5 or something, but either way, it's a really good film. Same people who made The Crow, so if anyone likes the first Crow, then this will be right up your alley, or as I say it, up your ass. So, Claycock. Anyway, has to say that at least once per video, right? Next one was, what is my favorite Resident Evil game? Now, this is actually a very interesting transition. Now, people probably disagree with me for my final choice and outcome of this, but you know what? I felt it did evolutionize quite well. Now, of course, this is going to blend in together, and you're going to notice why in a minute. So, my first favorite Resident Evil game of all time was Resident Evil 2. It was a classic game. It had that nice scare the shit out of me factor, but then I grew up a little bit older now, and I kind of didn't get scared of it anymore. I kind of didn't really, my feelings towards it kind of drifted. Then for a short while, I did like Resident Evil Code Veronica. Case got its ass handed to me, so I gotta replace it after. But this one was quite a nice game, I liked it. It wasn't too difficult or wasn't too easy. But again, it does offer Chris Redfield and the other Redfield there, Claire Redfield, there we go, brain fart. Those two were my favorites for a while too. Then it bled off into the newest one here, well, the more newer one, Resident Evil 4, which had the return of Leon Kennedy. I thought this game was really awesome, the approach of the game. It kind of blended off that, rather than that adventure style, it kind of blended off more into an action feel. To a lot of fans who were fans of the Resident Evil series, kind of were disappointed and let down by this idea. I thought it was a nice, interesting relaunch of the entire series and how you can present it. Because a lot of people nowadays don't really like adventure games that much. I mean, people who love the Resident Evils and the Silent Hills and all that love it. They think it's an awesome idea, that little action mixed with adventure. Again, though, not a lot of people really took cater to the game. Though it was a really excellent game, there was some obvious glitches and setbacks with this game. Like any other game, really. Every game that's awesome or good has a fucking glitch in it. I don't care who you are. Call of Duty 4 has its glitches. Of course, obviously after a few various 13K freaking patch updates and all that. And also Gears of War 2, Gears of 1, all those other games. People say Gears of War 2 sucks. You know, people say that. That's fine if they don't like fantasy world style shoot 'em ups. That's fine for you. But for me, I kind of enjoy that kind of aspect. I mean, I can like every game, but you know, I don't take the shit out of some game just because of its element. But its story background is. As long as the gameplay is solid, I don't care. I can deal with a few glitches here and there. Just like with this. A few glitches, I don't care. I still play it. Then there's an additional game that came out, which everyone's gonna see this and go, oh, man, I can't believe you seen that one. It was amazing. It was this one, Resident Evil 5. This game right here, its online mode, took me by surprise and made me quite addicted to it. It totally changed again the way you play the survival horror games, and also made a very, very unique and fun co-op. It turned around the crappy AI that was supposed to help you and swapped around something that was actually quite useful. You had to help each other out with situations. There wasn't really that much of like puzzles aside from getting a couple keys to stay true to that aspect. Because I mean, how many fucking times can you solve the same goddamn chess piece puzzle or the you know, the locker level or whatever? You know, it's just like it really gets old fast after a couple levels. I mean, with Capcom's approach with this, at least they're trying something different with the series. And honestly, I felt it was a nice change. I do like action games. I do like adventure games. Don't get me wrong. I'm a good fan of the Monkey Island. I'm a good fan of the Dig. I'm a good fan of all those other games. But I honestly felt that these two games right here were really good. You know, that's why I bought them. I played the demo. A lot of people were criticizing the shit out of the demo. One was it was too hard. That's why it sucks. Next one was, oh, I don't like this approach of the overhead fucking view. It's better than the fixed cameras with the painting backgrounds. It's a hell of a lot better than that. I did not really care for it too much. You know, personally, if I wanted an action adventure game like that, I would either stick to Resident Evil 2 solidly, or I would stick to Alone in the Dark series. Exception to the new one, that one was kind of mediocre, but good. But that's about it. My opinion is about Resident Evil. You know, a lot of people probably think differently, thinking that Resident Evil 1 was the best, Resident Evil 2 was the best. They probably say the remake of the Resident Evil 2 and 1 or 3 was the best. I quite frankly like the 4 and 5 the best, because I like the action feel of it. It makes you work harder, if that makes any sense. It makes you work for your, scare the shit out of you. Because that's what the games usually are about, to scare the holy shit out of you. I didn't really felt like it was a puzzles. Honestly, I felt the puzzles were kind of annoying, and was kind of letting back most of the gameplay of some of the game. Because if you want to mix like that fast-paced action of the gameplay, you know, I don't want to be sitting here all goddamn day trying to shoot an enemy by holding circle. You know, I want to be moving around and shooting a damn enemy too. And that was the cool thing about Resident Evil. I mean, yeah, the 4 and 5 do make you stop, but it doesn't really make that annoying feel to it, you know. And people said that Resident Evil 5 was racist, and Resident Evil 4 is racist for killing Cubans, or whatever the heck the nationality people were. I think they were Spanish. But no one gives a shit if the white guy gets shot down either. So it's like, either way, these characters are all fictional. They do not exist. Therefore, there's no racism committed. If you felt that we're that racist, you just don't play it, you just don't acknowledge it, you just don't promote it by yelling about it. And guess what? The game doesn't sell because there's no criticism or no controversy behind it. Because controversy creates games sales. Yes. But other than that, you know, I personally enjoyed the hell out of these games. They're really fun. I played through Resident Evil 5 vigorously because I was really enjoying it. The gameplay, like some of the cutscenes, are so corny that they were like B-rated movie stuff, like with Chris Redfield going, "I'm tired of your bullshit," you know, and he jabs. And for anyone who watched the game or played the game through, they'll know what the hell I'm talking about and have a good chuckle with me. But I'm not gonna say what or who or what and when with that, so that way it saves people who want to actually play it and buy it and experience it a chance to play it. But honestly, if you're gonna play this game, or this game matter, single player, you're in for a stupid surprise, because I'll even say it right out in the open, the game sucks single player. You have to play it with other people. If you say, oh well, that's just how the game's supposed to be played, then obviously you weren't reading the manual. Co-op, Plus it's more funner if you actually interact with people rather than being a hermit about it. You got to think outside the box. You know, that's the thing why I like this game. It helps you. It makes a good aspect into co-op. I consider it one of the coolest co-ops next to Gears of War. Gears of War 2, because I obviously have to get into Gears of War 1 again. But Gears of War 2 has a really awesome co-op next to this one. You know, I'm still looking at more games for co-op. Like Vegas 2 had a really awesome co-op. I like first-person shooters on consoles or computers with co-op. If you give me a co-op, I'm all about it. I like it because I don't like killing people all the time because it kind of gets kind of generic. With the storyline, you play it through, you're done, you can move on. With multiplayer, you keep on doing it over and over and over, and it gets dry and potentially boring. So again, that's why I pick co-op over multiplayer deathmatch. I mean, every once in a while, if I'm with friends, and it's like a once-in-a-lifetime thing, you want to kill each other just for a laugh, by all means. You know, that's why I played guns for a while. It was fun, but I still like the co-op part of guns. So, again, this is why my solid choices would be this, though, for Part 5, Gears of War 2, Vegas 2, and, you know, various other games I might potentially come across. But that's the thing about me. I enjoy co-op games. So, and also interesting games. So, with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do at least my little gaming video for the day at least, and play some gameplay footage. But also, someone also asked me a question about this. Same person who asked me a question about this because they just recently saw one of my Let's Plays of the Resident Evil 5 is when am I going to do some more of these? Well, not anytime soon, because I'm still trying to get the game without knocking over this camera, because I have this balanced against a water bottle full of liquid, some tea, but still trying to get the battery for this. People go, oh, for fuck's sake, just buy another cart. I don't got no money yet, Chico. Takes money to buy a new game, or in this case, buy a new battery, which I'm planning to probably do that, because I'd rather have a battery and replace this one that my friend Tyson gave me than, you know, buy another cart, because it's really more sentimental value to actually own the game that has a story behind it than, you know, rather than just go buy it off the store and say, oh, it's my best game ever. You know, I prefer getting stuff from people I personally know sometimes, because it has like one that nostalgic feeling to it. You know, it actually has sort of like, you know, getting that present from Christmas. You know, you get that nice, cool present, and you know, just like this game. I should get it for you. This one right here, my mom got for me. Yes, I know, Mommy got you something. But this is when Circuit City was, you know, getting rid of all their PSX titles. Finally. And, you know, they were clearing them out. My mom got this for me for $5. You know, it's probably worth just about that. But, again, she was nailed right around the head when it came to the game. I enjoyed the shit out of it. You know, played it over and over and over. I got kind of bored with it, to be honest with you. Then I switched over to Infinite Bazooka mode, and I just went ape wild. I went on the hardest difficulty and just blew everything up. But, again, it's a really, really fun series. So, other than that, take it easy, folks. Thank you guys so much for watching.